everybody. It is Saturday, February 1st. My name is Karen and this is BobbleHeadKnits. So welcome, this is my knitting channel and talk a little bit about life stuff also and reading, watching, all the things. So let's get into it. I have no finished objects. I didn't get as much knitting done this week as I would have liked, so don't have a whole lot to show you, but I will give you an update on where I am. First up is my husband's Valentine's Day sweater. He tried this on this week. He had surgery this week, by the way. He's doing fine, but before he went in, I made him try this on to make sure that I should proceed with it, and I did, and it fits him, so I was happy. Hold on, I gotta get everything straightened up. There it is. I am about halfway through the body, so hopefully I will at least be through the body by Valentine's Day. For those of you who have been around, you know this was the Christmas sweater that didn't get done. It's okay though. There it is. This is the Dustland sweater by Stephen West, and I knit it using Shabui Haven in the colorway Caper, which is no longer being dyed, but it's beautiful. And when he tried it on, he's like, this is the softest sweater ever. And I was like, yeah. So yeah, he likes it and it looks really good on him. So I will continue on. Hang on, let me show you where I was last week, how much I did. So here's where I started last week. I left off last week, right where that marker is, right there. And so I've done, like that much. That's not bad for a week where I didn't really have a whole lot of knitting time. That's pretty good. All right, that is actually a really fun pattern to knit. It's just, one, I'm holding DK weight yarn double, so it's a heavier sweater. It's taking me a little bit longer. It's not going as fast. I also have to pay attention because there's a lot of patterns switching up and all that. So yeah, it's no easy knitting. However, I do have some easy knitting to show you, and that would be my muscle burra. There it is, getting there. This is how much yarn I have left. There it is. This is mustache yarn in the colorway Komorbi, and it's their sock yarn, and it comes in 250-gram skeins, so you can do perfectly matching socks. I'm on the second skein of yarn, so I still have quite a bit of knitting to do, but this is easy knitting. So, and this hat is for me. All right, and next up is, okay, I'm not gonna call this my January sock. Hang on, it's on the floor. I'm trying to get it without bending down. We know I have to bend down. Oh, no, I didn't. I picked it up with my feet. So multi-talented. All right, it's kind of a jumbled mess right now, honestly. I'm on the second sock. The first sock is ready for the heel, but I am trying to get the second sock caught up. So this is the DRK Everyday Sock by Andrew Mowry, and hold on, trying to get it to a respectable point where I can show you without the current mess I have, which, yeah, I'm just gonna have to show you it now, and it's got yarn hanging all over, but there it is. There it is. Here's the first sock. So I'm about halfway there as far as getting it to the same point. The yarn is James Makes yarn in the colorway Toasted Marshmallow. Marshmallow. There it is. It's beautiful yarn. The heels and toes, I'm knitting in Soccer Mom Knits, just in these. This was a 2022 Christmas colorway, so in honor of that, I'm using that. And then for the cuff, I'm gonna do this, which I don't even know what that is. Just some extra yarn I had, but it's gonna be so much fun. This is a toe-up sock, so it's a bit different than what I'm used to knitting, but so far I'm enjoying it. It's also gonna have a Fleegle heel, so I've never done that I know of, so I'll be learning something new. So that's gone well. I just had a very crazy week. Didn't have time to knit as much. So, all right, that's it as far as active whips. I do have a couple just lingering whips that I have not knit on lately, so we won't go into those. Just no need to go down that road. I don't have any acquisitions to show you either. I have yarn coming in the next week or two for my Galentine's box from Woolberry. I don't know if it's Woolberry fiber or Woolberry yarn, but yeah, I'll get it right when I actually have something to show you from them. But that is like a Valentine's Advent, but I'm not going to open it over the course of a week. I'm just going to rip it open, look at all of it. So when I get it, I will show it to you. All right. State of the stash. We're in February. We made it out of January. Woohoo! Long January. Let's do state of the stash really quick. I'm going to change up how I was doing it. I was doing a, like, I was breaking it down into grams and yards and all that. And no one cares about that. Really, nobody cares about what's in my stash. But I'm going to change this up a little bit. I'm just going to tell you the skeins and the miles. So I started January 1st. Hold on, let me get to it. Okay. On January 1st, I had 453 skeins of yarn. And then that equals to 32 miles, we'll say. 31.97 miles, okay? On January 31st, I had 459.66 skeins, which is 32.35 miles. So I had a little yarn come in. In January, I finished some mittens for my grandson and my someone to write Gnome about Gnome, which you can kind of see over there. So those were good. I finished those, but I had 2 things from Hugh Loco come in, including the You've Got Me Humming mini set and the Parrot sock set. So, you know, kind of it balanced out. Well, not really, but can you say? I'm not setting any limits for myself. I'm not saying I'm not buying yarn. I'm not saying that I'm buying a ton of yarn. I'm just doing whatever the hell I please, basically. So, all right. Not a bad month overall. Okay, I had, when I was talking about the sock, I meant to tell you. So I've been saying, like, here's my January sock, here's my February sock, here's, whatever. I'm going to stop saying that because then I start feeling bad that I can't finish a pair of socks in a month. Look, I'm busy, okay? I work full time on all the things, So it's just the current socks I'm working on. They're not January, they're not February. I did come to that realization that that's how it's going to be. I'm still going to do Lucky Dip though, so once I'm done with the socks I have on my needles, I'll do another dip into the Lucky Dip bag and pull out another skein of yarn and knit it up. So, all right, quick sip of coffee, hang on. All right, that's it as far as knitting. So if you are leaving now, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. And now we're going on to life stuff. All right. Well, my husband did have surgery. He's fine. He came home heavily medicated and numbed up and not feeling anything and thinking this was going to be a breeze. We're now, 48 hours into it? No, so starting day 3, so 72 hours. And he is in pain and all the things. So, yeah, he's okay though. He's taking it like a trooper, and I'm just trying to support him in any way I can and be, I'm cooking for him and, having him kind of sit back and do nothing and just work on healing. And so, yeah, it was stressful, particularly stressful on the day of. I didn't realize how much I was stressed about it. But once it was over, as far as, they came out and said he did fine and all that, then I was feeling much better. But now it's just a matter of getting him, back to 100% again. So, aside from that, the only other thing I did this week, I worked a bunch. I had a rough work week, honestly. I just, I'm at that point where the newness of the new job has kind of worn off, and I'm starting to see things about the company that, it's a big company and people really like this company, but it's got issues, like any place, and I don't agree with all their policies, and so, you do what you have to do, and maybe I'll be there in a year, or maybe I will have found something better. We'll see. So, but it was a very stressful week because of some things going on at work. So, it added to an already stressful week, right? Okay. Other things. Oh, okay. So I have made a conscious choice to stop shopping at certain stores because of their policies with regarding current state of things in the U.S. And if you are in the U.S., you might agree with the policies, you might not. But one thing I am doing is not giving some companies my money anymore because of what they've been doing the last month or since January 20th. So one good that has come out of that is that I have bought a book off of bookshop.org, which is a good alternative to that big company that we all love or like to send money to because they're so quick with shipping and they're cheap and all that, but they got some bad things going on. So I have wanted to use bookshop.org, and I decided I'm just going to do that. So I bought a new book this week, and they just came out with ebooks. So I went ahead and bought an ebook off of bookshop.org. And if you don't know what bookshop.org is, they sell books, and you can designate where your money's going. So you can pick a small bookshop to send that money to, or if you don't pick a specific one, then they put all the money in like a profit sharing thing, and it goes to all these small independent bookshops. So that's what I've started using. And the book I bought was The Fourth Wing. Yes, I know, that's so last year. I bought it and immediately got sucked in. I am not a fantasy reader. Like things with dragons, nope. Things with magic, nope. But I got sucked into it. So, yeah, I will most definitely be reading the second book when I finish the first book. We have switched to reading and watching now, if you didn't know. I've also started reading, I was reading Throne of Glass, and that book is fine, but it has not grabbed me as much as Fourth Wing has, so I don't know that I'll read the second book in Throne of Glass in that series, but we'll see. Other things, I didn't finish any books. Watching wise, we did watch Severance, which I'm thinking we'll probably watch again because my husband was completely drugged up when we were watching the latest one, so we'll watch it again. And then we started watching, I think it's The Day of the Jackal. I think that's it. It's on Peacock. It's pretty good. And then, oh my gosh, we started this new show because we were just looking for something that was just a nice show to watch that didn't have to think too hard or anything. We are watching Escape to the Chateau on Peacock, and that is such a sweet show. I love that show. So we've been watching it just this week. We started watching it right before my husband's surgery, and then we've been watching it like obsessively all week long, and it's been really good. I'm really enjoying it. It's just a nice, peaceful, happy show. So, all right, things coming up this week. More work, more taking care of my husband, more knitting. I've been cooking because my husband usually cooks, so I've been cooking. So yesterday I made, it's called Sunday sauce. If you're Italian, you know about Sunday sauce. Even though yesterday was Friday, I made it because I was home. But it's one of those pasta sauce, it's like spaghetti sauce that you cook all day, basically. It was fabulous. So made a huge amount of it. So we froze a bunch of it, and then we're gonna take some to my mother-in-law when my husband's feeling better. And yeah, I made that. I made Caesar salad from scratch, and I made tiramisu from scratch. So tonight, actually, we had a friend of ours brought over dinner for my husband, and like a meal so I didn't have to cook. So we're gonna have that. And I have like a whole menu for this whole week, and I need to realistically look at it and see, am I gonna make that this week, or am I gonna push it back? So I'm gonna work on that today. So I'm trying to make easy things so that when I get off work, because I work until 5:30, and then I don't want to, I get off work and I don't want to cook. So I'm trying to make easy, quick things that don't take a lot of thought, and a lot of effort. On my days off, though, is when I make huge things like spaghetti and all that. So, that's about it, really. I don't have anything else. This is super short. I have to go clean the kitchen because I made all that stuff last night and I cleaned everything, but I left like all the big pots and stuff soaking. So I need to go actually clean those now. And I need to clean up the rest of the house. It's, just like quick clean. It's nothing too deep. And then I plan on knitting the rest of the day. We'll see how my husband's feeling. We saw Atticus, my grandson, the first day after, that evening they came over just to see how my husband was doing. But we haven't seen them since. So we might go for a walk later. It's supposed to be 60 degrees here. I was like, oh, that's like false spring if I've ever heard of it. So we might go for a walk later and see if Atticus wants to go with us. So, but we're gonna just kind of take it easy. And then, all right, I'm just babbling, bab. Okay. Everybody have a great week. I'll be back next week. Talk to you later. Bye.